A couple more minutes for Siobhan, or? Okay, and then mark them in.
Township of Edison Zoning Board of Adjustment special meeting of November 25th, 2025 is now in session. Adequate notice of this meeting, as required by the Open Public Meetings Act of 1975, has been provided by the annual notice published in the Home News Tribune on December 13th, 2024, has been posted in the main lobby of the municipal complex on December 18th, 2024. Please join me in the pledge of allegiance to the flag, and please remain standing for a moment of silence.
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing for a moment of silence in memory of Ron Cucciaro, who was the planning board attorney for the township. Thank you. Madam Secretary, roll call, please.
Mr. Rivera? Here. Mr. Bignell? Here. Ms. Shaw?
Here.
Mr. Ayotte?
Here.
Mr. Cerrito?
Here.
Mr. Patel?
Here.
Mr. Schneider?
Here.
Mr. DeVay?
Here.
Vice Chair O'Gorman?
Here.
And Chairman Kumba.
Here.
Thank you.
Madam Secretary, minutes for consideration.
Minutes of October 14th, 2025 for approval.
What's the board's pleasure? What was the board's pleasure?
Motion to approve. Second.
Motion made by Vice Chairman O'Gorman, seconded by Mr. Schneider. Roll call, please.
Mr. Cerrito?
Yes on the motion.
Mr. Chabra? Oh, sorry. Mr. Schneider?
Yes to the motion.
Mr. Patel?
Yes on the motion.
Mr. DeVay? Don't want to vote on minutes? Okay. Okay. Vice Chair O'Gorman
Yes on the motion.
and Chairman Kumba.
Yes on the motion.
Thank you.
Thank you. Madam Secretary, first resolution for consideration.
E22-2023 MNAR Edison Infinity, a one-year extension approval.
What's the board's pleasure?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion made by Vice Chairman O'Gorman, seconded by Mr. Schneider. Roll call, please.
Mr. Cerrito?
Yes on the motion.
Mr. Schneider?
Yes to the motion.
Mr. O'Gorman?
Yes on the motion.
And Chairman Kumba.
Yes on the motion.
Thank you.
Next resolution.
C38-2023 Chinoy Construction for approval.
What's the board's pleasure?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion made by Vice Chairman O'Gorman, seconded by Mr. Schneider. Roll call, please.
Mr. Cerrito?
Yes on the motion.
Mr. Schneider?
Yes on the motion.
Mr. Patel?
Yes on the motion.
Vice Chair O'Gorman?
Yes on the motion.
And Chairman Kumba.
Yes on the motion. Next resolution, please.
C31-2024 Big Fish 1918 LLC for approval.
What's the board's pleasure?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion made by Vice Chairman O'Gorman, seconded by Mr. Schneider. Roll call, please.
Mr. Cerrito?
Yes on the motion.
Mr. Schneider?
Yes on the motion.
Vice Chair O'Gorman?
Yes on the motion.
And Chairman Kumba.
Yes on the motion. Next resolution, please.
C22-2025 Nanashwar Savante for approval.
What's the board's pleasure?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion made by Vice Chairman O'Gorman, seconded by Mr. Schneider. Roll call, please.
Mr. Cerrito?
Yes on the motion.
Mr. Schneider?
Yes on the motion.
Mr. Patel?
Yes on the motion.
Vice Chair O'Gorman?
Yes on the motion.
And Chairman Kumba.
Yes on the motion. Thank you, Madam Secretary. We have a few announcements for this evening. Case.
There's one more.
Oh, one more. I apologize. Thank you. That's why you guys are on board. Final resolution for approval.
Z26-2025 Sailesh Patel for approval.
What's the board's pleasure?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion made by Vice Chairman O'Gorman, seconded by Mr. Schneider. Roll call, please.
Mr. Cerrito?
Yes on the motion.
Mr. Schneider?
Yes on the motion.
Mr. Patel?
Yes on the motion.
Vice Chair O'Gorman?
Yes on the motion.
And Chairman Kumba.
Motion.
Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Secretary. A few announcements. Case Z32, 2024, Sachin Patel at 167 Morris Avenue. This case has been withdrawn. Case Z13, 2025, Lake Home Renovations LLC at 17 J. Jean Place has been carried to December 16th, 2025. If you're here for this case, it's Z13, 2025. It will not be heard this evening. It will be heard on December 16th, 2025, with a meeting beginning 7 p.m. here in Council Chamber. If you received a notice, you will not receive another notice. This will serve as your notice. KZ2, 2020, Lamar Advertising and Penn LLC at 81 and 101 US Highway 1 has been carried to December 16th, 2025. If you're here for this case, Z2, 2020, it will not be heard this evening. It will be heard on December 16th, 2025, with a meeting beginning at 7 p.m. here in council chambers. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is a special meeting of the Township of Edison Zoning Board of Adjustment. The board is composed of Edison Township residents appointed by the Municipal Council who volunteer their time in service to the board. The municipal land use law requires that members successfully complete a land use training course administered by the New Jersey Department of Community Affairs. This board also holds in-house training conducted by our board professionals. The zoning board abides by the provision of municipal land use law in addition to our board's bylaws. The zoning board is a quasi-judicial land use board, which differs from the township planning board. Under the municipal land use law, board members are required to be impartial and are not allowed to discuss any case prior to being considered at a hearing. All applicants will have the opportunity to present their case before the board, along with the opportunity for board members and board professionals to question the applicant and their witnesses. At the conclusion of the applicant's presentation of their case, the case will open to the public. Residents within 200 feet of the subject property will be heard, followed by residents from outside of 200 feet. All residents will be sworn in. They'll provide their name and address, and they'll be given 6 minutes to comment on the application being considered without the opportunity for rebuttal. Residents may ask questions of the applicant's professionals, and board professionals. The board requests that these questions are asked prior to any commentary being made on the application. Once commentary begins, the resident's timer will begin. The applicant will be allowed the opportunity for cross-examination of their witnesses. Under the law, the chair is allowed to stop any commentary which is repetitive or an attempt to filibuster the board. Further, the chair is allowed to stop any commentary that is irrelevant to the case or prohibited from the board's consideration. Once public portion is closed, all public comments are ended unless new testimony is presented by the applicant. Following the closure of the public portion, the applicant will have the right of summation on their application. Following summation, the case will go to the board for decision. This procedure has been followed by the board and is similar to procedures followed by boards of adjustment statewide. The municipal land use law requires the board to engage in a balancing act and is not required to strictly apply township ordinances, zoning plan, or master plan. As a board of adjustment, variances are granted when appropriately necessary, following all legal considerations. As has been the case with prior boards, this board will see where we're at if we are still in session around 10:30 p.m. I ask that all applicants, professionals, and residents show respect to each other and be civil throughout all proceedings. I ask that you withhold applause, booing, or interrupting of anyone while they are speaking. The chair will not tolerate any outbursts by applicants, professionals, or the public. Further, since most cases are being recorded by a court reporter, I ask that speakers do not speak over one another. Madam Secretary, first case on the agenda, please.
Case number Z27, 2025, Barak Saran at 4 Brandywine Court. Applicant is seeking bulk and D-use variances for the addition to the existing single-family dwelling. The following standards have not been met. Max FAR required is 37%, proposed is 40%. Max lot coverage by building required is 20%, proposed is 26%. Affected property is located in the RB zone, designated as block number 343, lot number 5 on the Edison Township tax map. All noticing paperwork is in order.
Hello, Mr. Sankaran. Would you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm to tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth so help you God? I do. You can bring that microphone closer. And state your full name for the record.
Okay, Mr. Sankaran, if you could please tell the board what you'd like to do and why you'd like to do it. You could also just bring the microphone closer to you.
Can you hear me?
Oh, there we hear you now. Thank you so much.
Perfect, thank you. For the record, my name again is Bharat Sankaran, and I'm here with Veena Savant, a professional planner who's helping me with this case. My family and I have lived in 4 Brandywine Court for about 6 years. In fact, funnily enough, we actually moved into our house the same day, 6 years ago. We are proud to call Edison our home, and we have children and who attend the schools. So we basically have a new baby, and our family is at a pivotal moment. I mean, our once adequate home is just bursting at the seams right now with both our children, and we just want to create a safe and nurturing environment for our children. So basically, we're at a crossroads, either move to a larger house elsewhere or stay over here. That's why I'm asking for your permission to build a second-floor addition that will help our growing family be accommodated very carefully. To accommodate the second story, we are seeking a very minor variance for about 0.03 or 3% in floor area ratio. And also the property currently has a lot coverage of 26%. And to be transparent, this is how the house was built back in 1985. We are not looking to expand the footprint. We are looking to only add a area above the first floor. So in conclusion, we are looking for a very specific solution for our growing family. Simply asking to update an older home to meet the needs for our family and bring it, into the aesthetics of the neighborhood. I'm happy to answer any questions you may have, or also happy to have Veena, who's a professional planner, answer some of your more questions.
Does the board have any questions for Mr. Sankaran?
Is there a basement?
I do have a basement.
You doing anything to the basement?
No, the basement is, I'm not touching anything on the basement at all.
All right, thank you.
Any other questions?
Can we just,
Okay, we'll let the record reflect that Mr. Chhabra has arrived. Okay, so you can call your planner?
Of course.
Would you, first is, I see that you have exhibits, but let's swear you in. Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm to tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God? You need the microphone, and please state your full name for the record.
It's Veena Savant, S-A-W-A-N-T.
If you could please provide the board with a summary of your background and qualifications.
Sure. I'm a licensed professional planner in the state of New Jersey. I am certified nationally by the American Institute of Certified Planners. I hold a bachelor's degree in architecture from Bombay University, India, and a dual master's in urban planning and policy making from NYU. I have been practicing since 2004, and I have testified before this board numerous times, as well as I have testified in many other municipalities in Middlesex, Bergen, Sussex, Middlesex County. I currently serve as the planning director of Old Bridge Township.
And your license is current and good standing?
Yes,
Okay, we'll accept
it
it.
is.
Please proceed. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh, hold on, you're gonna need the microphone, so why don't you, you wanna take them? If there are two exhibits, we're gonna mark them as A1 and A2. A1 consists of photo 1 and photo 2. A2 is gonna consist of photo 3 and photo 4.
You can proceed.
Good evening, board members. So I've personally inspected the subject property located at 4 Brandywine Court, also known as Block 495, Lot 66, per the tax map in Edison Township. I have reviewed the zoning requirements for RBB residential zone, the existing conditions, the proposed second-story addition prepared by the architect, and I have looked at the neighborhood as well. I've been retained by the applicant to provide professional planning testimony in support of the bulk variance. The applicant and their family, as the applicant mentioned, has been residing at 4 Brandywine Court for the past 6 years. They are established members of Edison community with deep ties within the area. Their children attend Edison Public School. The family recently welcomed a child, creating a legitimate need for additional living space. The existing home is actually a ranch-style home with 3 bedrooms, and the bedrooms are much smaller. The existing home is roughly 2,400 square feet, including a garage. So you can imagine it's a very small, compact house in an area where most of the homes are 2-story. I have a couple of exhibits, and I'll go into detail with the photos because there is a photo exhibit that shows the square footage of other homes in the neighborhood as well as on the same side of the street. There are only 2 homes that are ranch style. One is 4 Brandywine Court, where the applicant lives, as well as there is one more ranch-style home on Roxy Avenue in close proximity. But these are the only 2 homes that are ranch-style. The family rather than relocating from the community they love, the applicant chooses to invest in their existing home by proposing a second-story addition. The lot area is 10,200 square feet. And the existing home, like I said, is a single-family ranch with an attached garage. It is important for the board to understand the existing conditions. The existing dwelling is a ranch with 3 bedrooms and has a building coverage of 23.5%. Actually, I think in the notice and the application, it was mentioned that it's 26%, but that's incorrect. The actual building coverage is 0.35 because the home is 2,400 square feet. That translates into not 26, but 23.5. RBB zone allows for a maximum building coverage of 20%, which means it allows the home's building footprint to be 2,040 square feet. This represents a pre-existing non-conformity. The dwelling was constructed almost 3 decades ago and has existed prior to the applicant buying the home. The applicant is not proposing to expand the building footprint. The existing 2,400 square feet of building coverage will remain unchanged. The proposed addition is entirely vertical, adding a second story above the existing first floor footprint to create additional larger bedrooms and a separate office space. The applicant seeks relief from floor area ratios, so the RBB zone requires and floor area ratio of 0.37. The proposed FAR is 0.40, which also translates into 326 square feet excess of what is allowed by the RBB zone. That is the only new variance that is sought. We are not exasperating, or we are not, in fact, asking for any other bulk variance. We comply with all the front yard, the rear yard, and the side yard setback requirements of the zone. Under the statutory requirements, the board may grant a floor area ratio variance depending on the positive and the negative criteria. So that variance can be granted without substantial detriment to the public good, and if there are special reasons to grant the deviation. And the negative criteria, the variance will not substantially impair the intent and the purpose of the zone plan and the zoning ordinance. First, I'll cover the special reasons. The deviation that is requested is modest in nature. So the requested variance is actually for only 0.03. In the context of residential variances, this is a minor deviation that allows the applicant to create functional, necessary living space without dramatically altering the character and the intensity of development on the site. Preservation of footprint, I think this is a real critical factor, that we're not changing the building coverage. We're building vertical, which is, to me, sound planning rather than expanding and increasing impervious coverage or even getting into the required yards. Like I said before, we comply with the setback requirements. We also have tried our best to create a addition that gels with the neighborhood character. A vertical expansion of existing residential structures is generally recognized as sound planning approach in established neighborhood. It allows families to adapt their homes to changing needs without consuming additional land or creating sprawl. The purpose of the addition is to accommodate a growing family. The additional floor area will provide necessary space for the applicant's children and also an office space for the owners to work. Post-pandemic, many of the professionals work from home at least 2 to 3 days a week. With younger kids at home, it becomes very challenging to work without having a separate office area. The proposed addition has been designed to maintain the architectural compatibility of the existing dwelling in terms of the design, the materials that are used, and also the established character of the neighborhood. The completed structure will present a well-designed, cohesive, single-family home that is indistinguishable from other conforming residences in the area. The other homes within the block are all two-story homes. Like I said before, there are only 2 ranches within the entire block, which comprises of at least 50 homes. One ranch-style home is on Roxy, and the other one is the applicant's home. The complete the other homes in the block, within the same block, are all 2 stories. This is the only home in the block that is ranch style, thereby creating an anomaly. The home with the proposed addition would measure 4,100 square feet. And this is where I want to walk you through the exhibits, actually. The first exhibit is an aerial just to show where the 4 Brandywine Court is located. The second exhibit, actually, what I did is I didn't go through all 50 homes to come up with the floor area, but I picked and choose some homes to give you an idea and a scale of how the homes in the neighborhood are. And you will notice that most of the homes are between 4,000 square feet to 4,600 square feet. On the same street on Brandywine, there is a home that is 4,600 square feet. And all of those homes are 2-story additions. So a 4,100 square feet home, including the addition, is not completely out of character. It is well within that range of existing homes in the neighborhood. Now, the negative criteria, the proposed variance will not substantially impair the intent and the purpose of the zone plan and the zoning ordinance. The vertical addition will not adversely affect neighboring properties. Specifically, the setbacks are being maintained. The second-story windows are positioned such that they're very typical of residential homes, giving privacy. No excessive shadowing is cast. No visual obstruction is caused because all the homes are similar 2-story additions there. No environmental impacts, as we are not changing the impervious coverage. We are not increasing the footprint. The lawn space or the open space for that home remains intact. The proposed addition presents no issues related to public health, safety, welfare. This structure is well designed and constructed in full compliance with the Uniform Construction Code. Going back to the pictures that are provided to you, photograph 3 and 4 shows aerial imagery and a street view to show other homes in comparison to this home. And you can see that this home is clearly much smaller than the other homes. It does have a bigger footprint slightly, but it's because there is no vertical expansion. And the deviation that we are asking for is only for 326 square feet. There will be no change in the density with the addition. We are again preserving the yard space, and the scale based on the photograph 3 and 4 is compatible and consistent with what exists in the neighborhood. So I believe that the benefits of the proposal clearly outweigh any negative impacts. The applicant does want to reinvest in the property and continue to live there, create a more workable space for the family and for the growing needs of his children. We are preserving the building footprint and the open space. The architecture is compatible, in my opinion. The minor deviation caused does not actually cause any negative impacts, and I would request that the board grant the requested variance. If there is any question, I'm ready to take it.
Thank you so much. So I have a question. So just for the record, so the floor area ratio is 0.40?
Yes,
Okay.
it is.
So your floor area ratio certification is correct, but the variance application, if so approved, if you agree to just submit a amended
Yes,
variance
that is
application,
correct.
just so that we can clean up the building coverage number and make sure we're correct on that.
That is
floor area.
correct. So when we file for permits, we'll fix that because it's just a mathematical error by the architect. I just recalculated the numbers.
Absolutely. Okay, thank you so much. Does the board have any questions for Ms. Sawant?
Mr. Chairman,
Vice Chairman?
to expand on that, in reference to the floor area ratio, on your drawing EL-100, it mentions .41. You'll correct that also?
Yes, yes.
In the future, check it, please. Right?
Actually, the architect
We
is,
shouldn't be sitting up here picking up your mistakes.
Oh, is the
it's not
architect?
my mistake,
know,
actually. It's
but
the
the applicant-
architect. But yes,
Any other questions for Ms. Sawant? Mrs. Ave?
So the current use of the house is the one family, and it has one kitchen.
yes.
Basement is finished. There's kitchen in there or no kitchen? And second floor, are you adding another kitchen? And attic has an access?
Mr. Sankarian, if you just bring the microphone closer to you. Thank you so much, sir.
The attic has an access through the ladder,
I mean, I have to use a ladder to go up, like,
but
it's,
there's no permanent ladder there.
there is no
No
permanent.
permanent stair, and no intent to finish that either.
No, it's really small, like, it's, you can't finish it.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much. Any other questions? Seeing none? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay. That's your case, sir? Okay, all right, so we will now go out to the public. Anyone within 200 feet of subject site wanting to be heard. If you're within 200 feet, you received a notice via certified mail. Seeing none, we'll go outside of 200 feet of subject site. Anyone from outside of 200 feet wanting to be heard, please approach. Seeing none, can I get a motion to close the public portion?
Motion to close public portion.
Second.
Motion made by Vice Chairman Gorman, second by Mr. Patel. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Public portion is now closed, and I'll go to the board.
Mr. Chairman,
Mr. Dabe.
I make a motion to approve this application. The applicant has met all the negative and positive criteria. The site is particularly suited for this intended use and will match the neighborhood character of two-story homes in the neighborhood. The use is not detriment to the public good or public safety. This motion will incorporate all of the testimony of the applicant, attorney, planners, engineers, and members of the board, as well as it incorporate all of the conditions now as testified. So you will not add any more kitchen, but just the one kitchen in the house.
And I'll just add that they will submit a amended variance application. Okay. Motion made by Mr. Dave,
Second.
second by Mr. Patel. Roll call, please.
Mr. Chabra?
Yes to the motion.
Mr. Cerrito?
Yes on the motion.
Oh,
Mr.
wait, hold on. Mr. Chopra came in the middle of it, so he can't vote on this one.
Okay,
Sorry.
that's okay. Mr. Cerrito, you said yes? Mr. Schneider?
Yes on the motion.
Mr. Patel?
Yes on the motion.
Mr. DeVay?
Yes to the motion.
Vice Chair O'Gorman?
Yes on the motion.
And Chairman Cumbo?
Yes on the motion. Unanimous approval.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you so much.
Have a happy Thanksgiving. Madam Secretary, next case on the agenda, please.
Case number Z19, 2025, Jessica Lasky, 286 Central Ave. Applicant is seeking preliminary and final site plan approval for the second portion of her approval. Use variance portion was previously approved in 2023, now as a bifurcated application. Affected property is located in the RB zone, designated as block number 101, lot number 11.01 on the Edison Township tax map. All notice and paperwork is in order.
Good evening.
Good evening, you hear me?
Yes.
My name is Brian Miranda, the attorney for the applicant.
Yeah,
If you could just be on the microphone. There we
Yeah, it works in and out.
Thank you.
My name is Brian Miranda, attorney for the applicant, Jessica Lasky, who's seated to my right. We have two professionals with us today in support of the application, Mr. Robert Hernandez and Mr. Leslie Walker, Mr. Walker is right behind us, who will be speaking on behalf of the application.
Okay.
Okay.
Mr. Walker, if you can just grab a microphone to be sworn.
Yes,
Sir, raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm to tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
And state your full name for the record, please.
Leslie Walker.
And Mr. Walker, you've appeared before this board prior. If you could just please give us the benefit of your summary of your background qualifications.
Of course. I have a bachelor's and master's degree from Rutgers University in civil engineering. I am the president. I've been practicing land development for 25 years. I am licensed in New Jersey and several other states, all in good standing. I am the president of Meridian Engineering and have been for the last 7 years. This is the plan
We'll
that we
accept
put
you.
together several years ago, and I've been here many times and glad to be back.
We'll accept you. You may proceed. Thank you.
So first exhibit is just a colored version of the site plan. I'll mark it as A1. Is that good? A1. It's just a colored version of the site plan, just to show kind of context as to where we're located. We are on the north is down on the page. We're on the south side of Central Avenue, located mid-block between Plainfield and Stony Brook West. There is, the existing surrounding neighborhood is a mix of single and multifamily. Just right next door to us, you'll probably remember a couple of years ago, Fox and Fox had an apartment building approved. That is immediately next door on our east. And this is the subject property right here. Also, north is down on the page.
And this is an exhibit you're marking as A2?
Yep, this is the same version, just blown up, so it's easier to see.
So these are all just colorized renderings of what has already been submitted to the board?
That's correct.
Okay, do you folks need, okay, so the board secretaries will require a copy be submitted tomorrow, if it can be submitted online,
Electronically?
electronically,
I can leave the
8.5
paper
by.
copies too. I clipped them so that I could
How do
fold them
you
up
want-
and leave
Okay,
them.
that's fine.
Yep. So 286 Central Avenue had a single-family home with a detached garage in the back, a long driveway along the western side, and 2 sheds and a in-the-ground pool. As it stood, there were existing nonconformities for front yard setback, 14.8 feet where 25 was required, and the accessory building setback of 1.3 feet from the rear yard because the shed was too close to the rear yard, 3 feet was required. All of those are mitigated. The sheds in the house have already been removed, so those conditions are no longer. And the application requires no variances, right? It's odd that we're here. We don't need any variances, but we're here. We're here because when the original application was heard, there was a settlement, and part of that use variance for the multifamily use in this zone, part of that, the requirement was that we come back and we present the plan to the board at a later date. So we're here with a plan that is fully conforming, no need for any variances, but as a condition of the use variance that was granted a couple of years ago. So it's a duplex home. One unit has 2 bedrooms, the other only has 1 bedroom. They both have a home office. They face the front, they face the street, they face Central Avenue. The garages, the front doors, everything face the front, as you would expect for a traditional home layout. Each unit has a 1-car garage and a 12-foot wide garage with a driveway that is more than 25 feet long. So the car and the 2 cars fit in the driveway and the garage. Street trees are provided as required. There's a 1 per 50 feet is required. We have 75 feet of frontage and 2 street trees are provided. There is a strip of landscaping between the 2 driveways, and then some landscaping provided at the corners to kind of soften around the porches. Both have a rear porch down to a small landing, a fenced-in rear yard. The fence where we're showing it kind of comes about 1/3 of the way up from the back of the house, and then continues on. There's an existing fence that runs around the back. We're going to continue that fence up into about 1/3 of the way up on the house. What that does is provides a place for trash cans to be stored behind a fence, and for the air conditioning units will also be behind that fence, so screened from public view. From stormwater grading and stormwater perspective, the back of the property sits around elevation 101, and the street is in the 96 range, so it drops off 4.5 to 5 feet from the rear to the front, over 245 feet. So the water drains towards the street. The roof leaders will be picked up and directed out to the curb, and then the rear yard will continue to kind of follow along the sides of the property as it does today, and gentle swales will be provided to encourage water to go to the street and not to go onto the adjacent properties. No stormwater management, no dry wells or anything like that. Well, it wouldn't be required anyway, but we didn't have to do any stormwater management because with the removal of the pool, the garage, the driveway, we actually reduced the impervious on the site by 3,000 square feet. So it's better from a stormwater perspective. And really, that's all we really have. It's really simple.
Okay. Does the board have any questions for Mr. Walker?
We do have letters from Mr.
Yep.
Bignell and from Delaware Raritan Engineering.
That's where I was going next. I wanted to go to my board first, and then we'll.
Okay.
Okay, all right. So we'll start with Delaware Raritan Engineering report. Mr. O'Barrow.
Chairman, thank you.
Evening.
I had an opportunity to review Mr. Carley's July 9, 2025 letter. There's some informational comments. I would say the predominant technical comments have been addressed either by the testimony that Mr. Walker has given tonight or the information that's been previously provided. The remaining comments that are to be addressed, I would categorize as just administrative in nature. So if he's comfortable representing that they can comply with those as a condition of any board action, I would be satisfied.
We'll comply.
Excellent. Mr. Bignell.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, we had several comments that I think that the engineer has already addressed. The only one I'm concerned about presently is the pipeline buffering. Have you applied for those letters?
We do, and we can provide those
Okay,
letters.
so I have no other issues with this.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. Anything to add, Mr. Walker?
No, I think
All right.
we're good.
No, thank you so much. Counsel?
Robert Hernandez. Next up is Robert Hernandez, our architect.
Mr. Hernandez, would you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm to tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
And state your full name for the record.
Roberto A. Hernandez, architect. My office is located in Metuchen, New Jersey. I've been practicing now for 13 years, and before that, I used to work for a local architect, Thomas Bayo Architect, who's now practicing out of Millburn, New Jersey. I've been before this board multiple times, as I have before other boards across New Jersey.
Yeah, it seems like you were just here last week.
Last week.
Yes, sir. License are still current and good standing?
Yes, it is, and it expires 2027, July 31.
Hopefully, we're still here.
Thank you.
You may proceed. Thank you.
Thank you. I just want to describe the building. So I'm the architect who assisted Jessica Lasky with the proposed duplex home at 286 Central Avenue, Edison, New Jersey. The scope of work in connection with the duplex home is to design identical units except for the second floor, where the space directly above the family room on the left unit, it's a double height space, while on the right side, we have a bedroom over the family room. And that is because on one unit, we're supposed to have only a one-bedroom unit, and on the right side, a two-bedroom unit. As the engineer said, each unit has a work-from-home office. That is quite a need nowadays. So on the first floor, as you can see from page 1A1 of the plans that you have, each first floor is approximately 987 square feet, plus an additional 316 square feet single-car garage. Each floor plan is comprised of an open concept living, kitchen, family room area a small mudroom, a coat closet, a full bathroom, as well as the stairs that go up to the second floor. The units are a mirrored version of each other on the exterior, and on the interior, almost a very close match. On the proposed second floor, each unit is comprised of a full master suite, comprised of a sleeping room, an open sitting room area, a walk-in closet, and a master bathroom. Also a laundry room, a work-from-home office, and a hallway to lead to all the spaces. We were granted a variance approval to have 2 bedrooms on the right side unit and 1 bedroom unit and 1 bedroom on the left side unit. As such, an additional bathroom on the hallway to serve that additional bedroom was designed on the right side unit. So the right side unit has 2 bedrooms on the right side, and the unit on the left has 1, which is the master bathroom, also accessible from the hallway. The second floor unit on the left is approximately 1,043 square feet, and the right side unit is 1,333 square feet, and that is because we're constructing over the family room. For the foundation, we originally designed the entire wood-framed building to be constructed over a crawl space foundation. However, my client wishes to have the option of an unfinished basement. I'm not sure if you have a copy of that, but I actually have the plans of the proposed unfinished basement with me, and I want to show it to you as an exhibit, I guess, if you don't have. So I substituted the crawl space foundation on page A1 for an unfinished basement. So the unfinished basement allows us to have basically the HVAC unit and the water heater, which were initially drawn on as part of the first floor. By having the HVAC unit in the basement to service the first floor, we no longer have to have a soffit running across one side of the unit or across across the front to back length of the house, because now the HVAC unit would service from the floor through the floor grills. The second unit would go. The second unit for each unit would be on the attic, and it would be servicing each second floor. So overall, we would have a total of 4 AC condensers. The attic will remain. The attic is proposed as unfinished, and for both units. And although I haven't shown pull-down stairs on my plans, I just noticed that today. We intend to put a pull-down stairs on the hallway of each of the townhome units. Both attic spaces will be uninhabitable with the ductwork that feeds the second floor, probably in the middle of the layout of the attic. As far as the exterior goes, each unit has a covered front and rear porch to provide shelter from the elements. The same concept was followed for the garage door, so we have a small roof over each of the garage doors. The garage doors are front-facing. The front elevation has recessed elements which create everything but a flat facade, so it should look very interesting. I didn't produce a 3-dimensional for this project, but basically we have the garage wall being at the most front, and then we started recessing everything back, like the front porch and then the actual front wall of the house where the living room is. And as you can see from the front facade, which is on page 1, which the only thing I altered on that was basically now showing you that we are proposing an unfinished basement. Those are the clouds that you see on page C1. This is probably a new exhibit to you if you don't have. The roofing material will be fiberglass 30-year roof shingles. For the siding material, we originally proposed James Hardy, but however, due to the higher cost of materials now, we would like the option of a high-grade vinyl siding or James Hardy as we originally designed. The front porch and rear porch, the ceiling of those porches will have a fiber cement or PVC beadboard ceiling. The front doors feature 36-inch wide doors with side lights on each side. For the AC condensers, I know that I initially show one condenser for each unit. One is on the left side exterior wall, the other one is on the right side. I'd like to have the option of placing the AC units again directly behind the family room, which faces the backyard of the house.
Mr. Hernandez, if I could stop you for a moment. So the plans that you're citing to right now, without having marked as exhibits, are these plans that were not already provided? Do any board members have a copy of the plans he's talking about? Anyone?
The only thing I altered was going from a crawl space to an optional.
It's still a
unfinished
difference in
basement.
the plan as to what's submitted. Am I correct?
I believe so.
Okay. So we're going to mark that exhibit as, I think we're up to A3. We're going to mark that exhibit as A3, and you're going to be submitting those to the board secretary. Well, we have a holiday week. When do you folks want it? Okay, so
Send
by
a digital
Monday?
copy tomorrow.
You can do it tomorrow? That would be even better. So that's A3. Were you referencing any other exhibits that have not been provided to the board?
Yes, on page A1, I substituted a crawl space foundation for an unfinished basement. That's on my page A1.
So your page A1 is now going to be A4, which you're also going to submit.
Okay. And the location of the AC condensers. I want to have the option of putting those condensers directly behind each family room on the first floor. The family rooms face the rear yard.
Is this also an exhibit not having been provided, or was it provided?
I'm not sure that that was provided, but this is my page A2, the only change I made.
So
And
again,
obviously, the stairs to go to the basement now.
so you have modified exhibits that have not been provided to the board. So now we have an A3, A4, and an A5, correct?
Yes,
So you're going to be submitting those by tomorrow to the board secretary.
yes, I will.
If it pleases the board, the air conditioning units are shown on my exhibits.
They're on yours, okay.
So he's just talking about, we show him on the side back corner of the house. He would just like to rotate them around to the backyard. So it's still within the enclosed backyard. You still won't see them from the street, so it still complies.
But they're shown on yours in a different location than where they're shown on his, am I correct?
Inside the backyard.
Okay, and you're looking to have the board approve what's on A5. Is that correct? Which will be now the
Yes.
new A5?
It's
Okay.
just optional location for the AC
I
condenser.
just want the board to be clear that when I'm going to write this resolution, if these are not the plans that were submitted, I need to have the plans marked and submitted because we're all going to be relying on what the board is approving. Okay? Continue.
You can proceed.
Thank you. I think I'm done.
Okay. All right, does the board have any questions for Mr. Hernandez?
Mr. Chair, I have a question.
Mr. Chauber?
Mr. Hernandez, so you said you're switching to a crawl space, correct?
Repeat that again?
So you're saying that the basement is going from slab to crawl space?
It's going from a crawl space into a basement, into an unfinished basement.
Okay, and what's the reasoning for this?
I can take the HVAC unit, which previously was on the first floor, as well as the water heater. They used to be on a room on the first floor. Now I can bring them down to the basement. My electrical panel can be in the basement. My incoming utilities, gas, water,
Okay.
sump pump.
What's your, is there any egress or ingress into your basement from outside?
No.
Okay, and what's the height of the basement?
The height of the basement is 8'7".
Okay, and there's no base,
Repeat?
there's no basement underneath the garage, correct?
And the garage is just, it's on the first floor, on ground.
Okay, and there's a separation between both units in the basement?
Absolutely. The separation between both units happens right in the center of the width of the entire building.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions for Mr. Hernandez?
Yeah, Mr. Chairman.
Mrs. Ave?
So originally it was two zone, one zone for each unit. Now you have a two zones air conditioning system?
Yes.
And then you had the
And the
condenser,
reason,
both condensers for each unit going in the backyard.
yes, directly behind the family room wall, directly behind the
One fan coil
rear
unit goes in
exterior
the
wall.
basement, and another fan coil unit in the attic?
And then, yes, so just to be clear, the HVAC unit, there's going to be one unit in the basement and one in the attic, but their respective condensers, which would
Would
be
be in the
two,
backyard.
would be outside.
Okay, and same for both the
For each
units?
unit, yes.
Okay. And the attic is unfinished,
The attic
unhabitable?
is unfinished. On purpose, we're putting pool downstairs, and I'm just putting the ductwork right in the middle of the attic. to
And
not
you said
use it.
that there's no outside entrance into the basement?
No outside entrance into the basement. The only entrance into the basement would be from the stairs, which are stacked one over the other. Like the stairs to the basement are stacked underneath underneath the stairs going to the second floor.
So it's not going from the garage to the basement?
No.
From the house to the basement?
No.
And only one kitchen in each unit?
Only one kitchen in each unit.
That's it. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Chair,
Mr. Ayotte?
is there any plan to finish the basement in the future?
That would be a question for my client. I doubt it because we did another house on Central Avenue a few years ago, and we had issues with the water table. So, but we do want to have a basement because an unfinished basement makes that basement warmer. So, it's just much better.
Okay, so there's no plan to finish the basement?
She has no plans to finish the basement.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ayotte. Any other questions, Mr. Hernandez?
Mr. Chairman.
Vice Chairman?
So on your drawing A2, where you have the water heater and the HVACR unit, what is that room going to be?
On both units, it just became a coat closet.
It's going
The
to be
space the space that I previously had allocated for the water heater and the HVAC units, they're now just a coat closet adjacent to the bathrooms.
All right, so from the first floor, how do you get to the basement?
From the first floor, basically you have the stairs that go up to the second floor. They're right here, right past the front-facing window. So you take the stairs up to the second floor, but underneath that, on the other end, we take the stairs down to the basement. So we're stacking the stairs, one over the other.
Any other questions for Mr. Hernandez? Okay, seeing none. Thank you very much. Counsel?
Nothing further to add.
Okay, so we'll now go out to the public. Anyone within 200 feet of subject site wanting to be heard, please approach. If you're within 200 feet of subject site, you received a notice via certified mail.
Sir, raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm to tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth to help you God? And state your full name for the record.
Whoever's
There we go.
transcribing.
Okay,
that.
yeah. Thank you, Mr. Walker.
thank
You can just
you.
repeat that, sir. Just repeat your
Yeah.
name and spell it.
Stephen with a PH, Applebaum, Appelbaum.
And your address, please, sir.
37 Giggleswick Way, Edison.
Okay. If you could proceed, you'll have 6 minutes.
Okay. I am by profession a forensic photographer, civil evidence photographer, and I've done a lot of work on legal cases, plaintiff and defense. My question is the absence of the ingress and egress compliant with the code? If there's somebody down there, whether the basement is finished or not, a service person or an installer or somebody, is there another way out other than that one stairway?
The basement is unfinished. On the first floor, we have two means out of of each unit. There's a rear porch, and there's a French door from the family room out to the yard, to the rear yard, and we have the front door to lead out. Now, I think that maybe the reason why they ask whether we had another way into the basement from outside is because I don't design them, because sometimes it could imply that this basement could be rented in the future. That door would allow for someone to think that way. And so I don't design doors that go from outside into the basement. That's the reason why.
My concern, and I haven't seen the plans, is that if there are service people down there, and even if the owner chooses not to do anything over the period of time that, is it your house, that she owns the house, that kids might be playing down there, somebody may set up a train set or something, that there's still a possibility that it could be a fire trap.
I'm sure that my client, if we have to design a Bilco door and an egress from the rear, I'm pretty sure that as a condition for approval, we would do that. Although,
Mr. Chair, yeah, it's not a requirement by the code, by the International Residential Code.
It's not required.
No, sir.
How about even if it's not required, thinking ahead?
If they make if it was to be made a living space, which it is not, then they would have to have a means of
There'd
egress.
still
but
be people down there working.
Could be, yes.
Okay.
But it has to follow, and it does, it complies with the IRC, International Residential Code.
Okay. I've done enough cases involving that situation that came up in my mind, so the board
Yes.
can
No,
deal with that.
good question, good question.
Or as an option, that the owner would agree, and the contractor, whatever, that if in fact they turn that into a living space, then possibly they would create an egress.
That's my job, to keep an eye on it so it doesn't turn into it.
Okay,
I'm
thank
the
you.
zoning officer for Edison Township, so I'm well aware of what you're...
Yeah, okay.
And the best in the state, may I add.
I just don't want to have to go there one day for work. Let's put it that way. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else within 200 feet of the subject site want to be heard, ma'am?
Ma'am, would you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm to tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
And state your full name for the record and provide your address.
Karen Bornes, 284 Central Avenue, Edison, New Jersey, 08817.
You may proceed, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. First of all, I don't know if it's conflict or not, but we received notice for the hearing for November 18th. We never received a written notification that the hearing was rescheduled. Neither did some of my neighbors.
So, ma'am, when you have the November 18th notice and we had a meeting on that date, we announced it as a record, and so therefore carrying it to today's date is still appropriate.
Okay. I do have a couple of questions, though. What is the setback requirement for the structure being built, either from the street and from the adjacent properties?
Mr. Ayotte?
What was the question, I'm sorry?
Setback?
25 feet for the front yard, 30 feet for the rear yard. 25 feet from the front yard setback, 30 feet for the rear, 6-foot minimum side yard setback, 12-foot, 18-foot combined for the two side yards.
Okay.
So
Because
25-foot front yard setback.
You know, in my mind, I thought they were going to make two dwellings like front and back, but being that they're going to be side by side, it's hard for me to imagine how that will fit on the size of the property, the width of the property. But another question I had too was, is there a requirement for sidewalks and curbing?
There is engineering requirements that they have to be fulfilled. The applicant is aware of that, yes.
We are installing sidewalk across the entire frontage.
Say it again, I'm sorry?
We are installing sidewalk across the entire frontage, and it'll continue from the Fox and Fox development. The next property over has
Good.
sidewalk. We're continuing down.
Okay, that's all I really wanted to know. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Anyone else within 200 feet of subject site wanting to be heard, please approach. Anyone from outside 200 feet of subject site wanting to be heard, please approach. Last call. Seeing none, can I get a motion to close the public portion?
Motion to close public portion?
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Schneider, second by Mr. Patel. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Public portion is now closed, and I'll go to the board.
Mr. Chairman,
Mr. Dave.
I make a motion to approve this application. It is not detriment to the neighborhood. It enhances the neighborhood, not out of character with the neighborhood. And this is the application for the preliminary and the final site plan approval of the previously approved application. This motion will incorporate all of the testimony of the applicant, attorney, planners, engineers, and members of the board. And it will have the following conditions. Basement is going to stay unfinished. There is no outside entrance to the basement. The applicant has no intent to finish the basement or add any kitchen. And the condensations would be on the back of the property. And the attic is going to stay uninhabitable.
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Dave, second by Mr. Patel. Roll call, please.
Mr. Chabra?
Yes to the motion.
Mr. Cerrito?
Yes on the motion.
Mr. Schneider?
Yes on the motion.
Mr. Patel?
Yes on the motion.
Mr. DeVay?
Yes on the motion.
Vice Chair Gorman?
Yes on the motion.
And Chairman Gumbo.
Yes on the motion. Unanimous approval. Congratulations. We're going to take a 2-minute recess to allow the next case to set up. Board will return to session. Madam Secretary, next case on the agenda, please.
Case number Z25, 2025, Vivian Priera at 1651 Woodland Ave. Applicant is seeking to construct a 14,346 square foot single-family home. The following standards have not been met. Maximum building coverage required is 10%, proposed is 15.3%. Maximum impervious coverage required is 25%, proposed is 27.1%. Minimum side yard setback both required is 50 feet, proposed is 40 feet. Max FAR required is 15%, proposed is 28%. Affected property is located in the RAA zone, designated as block number 415, lot number 4.36 on the Edison Township tax map. All noticing paperwork is in order.
Good evening, council.
Good evening, Benjamin Wine of Prime Tuvel and Misselli on behalf of the applicant Vivian Pereira. That was such a great intro, I think I can rest my case at this point. Jokes aside, the application before you this evening is for a single-family residence, as was indicated on the record, and ultimately what we're proposing here this evening does carry with it 4 variances. And being a single-family residence, this is correctly cited before your board as no site plan approval is required, and therefore jurisdictions with the Zoning Board of Adjustment. The variances that we are seeking here this evening are for the floor area ratio being greater than permitted, where 0.15 is permitted and 0.28 is proposed. That would be a D variance, as I know the board is familiar with. The 3 other variances that we have for you are C, or bulk variances. One for building coverage, where 10% is permitted, 15.3% is proposed. The second one is for impervious coverage, being greater than what is permitted, 25% is permitted, and 27.1% is proposed. And then finally, the combined side yard setback, where 50 feet is required, 40 feet is proposed. I do want to note as well, as this did come up, the individual side yard setback requirement is 20 feet per side. We do meet that requirement at 20 feet on either side, but there's a combined requirement of 10 feet more than that. So that would be where we are proposing 40 feet and 50 feet is required. You'll see as we go through this application that the site itself is certainly located in a very nice part of town, to put it bluntly. But in addition to that as well, it is kind of a unique shape property that was created by subdivision before the planning board a few years ago. And that subdivision resolution is, of course, in your packet and part of the record as well. So we do have a slightly oversized lot, and we are on a street known as Out of Bounds. Technically, the address is, as was put on the record before, on Woodland Avenue, but it is that right-of-way called Out of Bounds that kind of snakes its way through this part of Edison, and our property is located on there. So with that, I have 3 witnesses that I intend to call as part of this application. I would start with our site civil engineer, Aaron Chan of Stonefield Engineering and Design. Our second witness is Nehal Javeri, who is our project architect. And then finally, our professional planner, TJ Ricky, will sum up with the variance relief and the justifications for that relief. I do just lastly, before I proceed with my first witness, want to make sure on the record that the notice is in order and has been marked into evidence already.
Michelle.
Mr. Guerrero,
Yes.
yes.
Perfect. All right, so with that, unless there's any questions for me, Chairman, I'm happy to call up my first witness.
You can proceed.
Thank you.
So raise your right hand. You solemnly swear or affirm to tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
And state your full name for the record.
Of course. My name is Aaron Chan. Last name is spelled C-H-A-N.
And Mr. Chan, if you could please provide the board with the summary of your background qualifications.
Absolutely. I graduated with a bachelor's in civil engineering from the College of New Jersey. I've been practicing in the field for the last 12 years. I'm a licensed professional engineer in the state of New Jersey. My license is in good standing. I'm also a certified municipal engineer by the NJSME. I've been accepted into 50 land use boards across the state and provided expert engineering testimony at each of these. I also been in front of the Edison Planning Board.
Okay, well, we'll accept you. You may proceed.
Thank you. So Aaron, what I would ask you to do is as you bring up your plans, talk to the board about the existing site conditions and what we're proposing here tonight. And I would just add as well If you do present anything that was not previously submitted to the board, just indicate as such so that we can get that marked into evidence.
Absolutely. The first thing I'll introduce is an aerial exhibit. This is the only item that was not provided to the board. All it is a simple, high-quality and recent aerial imagery of the existing site and its conditions. Beyond that, I'll go through the submitted site plan that should be in the board packet.
Ms. Shaw, would you like to mark that aerial as A1?
That would be aerial exhibit A1, and then if you could make sure that the board secretaries have that exhibit submitted tomorrow, I guess.
Certainly.
Okay.
Okay, so here's the aerial exhibit I referenced, title aerial exhibit. I marked it as A1, is prepared by Stonefield Engineering, November 19, 2025. So the subject property, as mentioned, is the result of a 3-lot subdivision. And to the west of the site is this private right-of-way that's called out of bounds, and that's approximately 850 linear feet off of Woodland Avenue. So it's kind of tucked away in this sliver of town in North Edison. And to our east, we have single-family residences. To our south, same thing. To our north, as you can see, we have also the Plainsboro Country Club, also to the east in North Edison, like I mentioned, and then the Woodlands townhome development to the west. This particular lot is 1.17 acres, and that's 51,215 square feet, where 40,000 square feet is required. The lot depth is 338 feet, where 190 feet is required. Back when the subdivision was done in front of the planning board, it was a fully conforming lot, slightly oversized in its area, slightly oversized in its depth. The width is conforming, and went over some of the surrounding uses. It's all within the RAA zone, except for the townhome development, which is the RA townhome zone. And that said, I'll go over the proposed residence via the submitted site plan. Just give me a second.
And Aaron, if you could just confirm the date on these plans as well, so we confirm that the board is looking at the latest.
What I pulled up is the submitted site plan. It is dated March 7th, 2025. I pulled up sheet C4, which is the site plan. And what you're seeing is the proposed single-family residence. It's fully compliant in its location with the front yard setback, with each of the side yard setback of 20 feet on each side. It doesn't comply with the combined of 50 feet, given it's 20 and 20 on the side. The building height fully complies with the 44-foot height. It's 41.83 based on the calculation of the existing grades adjacent to the corners of the building. And again, the access is through that private roadway, the out-of-bounds roadway into the site. Again, 850 linear feet from Woodland Avenue. And the home itself has a 3-car garage, has space for 3 additional parking spaces in front of each of the garage bays. It has a 50-foot long driveway, so there's adequate room for parking. And the project that's proposed in its entirety, the building coverage, as mentioned already, is over the 10% requirement at 15.3, and the impervious coverage is slightly over the 25% requirement at 27.1. And in order to capture some of these overages as far as impervious coverage and building coverage, we actually designed a large stormwater basin system underneath of the proposed driveway that's leading out back to out of bounds. And that particular chamber system, it's 60 inches in height. It's a parabolic chamber that's underground. And that's really intended to capture all of the runoff on this particular site, treat it and attenuate it prior to discharge into the conveyance system that's underneath of the roadway. I believe in the township's minor development standard, the calculation for 3 inches of storage per the net impervious square footage that calculation adds up to calculate to around 2,400 cubic foot. The chamber system we have proposed on site actually is 3.4 times that required volume at 8,200 100 cubic foot of storage, and that allows for some large stormwater benefits just to remove the surface runoff, put it underground. Some of it will infiltrate back into the ground prior to discharge into the pipes and inlet structures in out of bounds. And as part of this project, we did a simplified landscaping plan. The site as it sits today is largely a cleared lot. There's a handful of trees that will need to be removed in order to make room for the proposed home. And based on the calculation for the tree removal and subsequent replacement, we're actually proposing the compliant number of tree credits to satisfy that requirement. I'll flip to the landscaping sheet in our plan set so it's clear. I flipped to sheet C10, which is the landscaping plan. And what the landscaping plan is showing is perimeter landscaping around the entire perimeter from the second back half of the house all the way along the edges. And as I mentioned, this is a compliant as far as the number of tree replacements that's needed to satisfy the township's ordinance. I believe it was 50 credits based on our calculation. And what we did with this plan was 20 evergreen trees and 15 deciduous trees. Really, the design is to provide 365 all-season green screening as well as some seasonal color interest in the way of the deciduous trees on site. That does not include any of the landscaping that the homeowner will eventually put in at the base of the house, also across the yard. But really, our intention here is to comply with the township standards as far as the removal is concerned. And that being said, I try to keep it pretty brief. I want to make a little bit of time for the architect to show the elevations of the home, walk through the floor plans, as well as discuss the FAR that we're proposing.
Yeah, Aaron, I just wanted to confirm any lighting that's going to ultimately be proposed on site, that would conform with the township requirements. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, and just lastly, on the utilities, you have no concerns that obviously this was subdivided for the purpose of constructing a single-family residence, but you have no concerns that the utilities can adequately serve the site. Is that correct?
Correct, yes.
Okay, thank you. So, Chairman, I have nothing further for this witness.
Thank you. Mr. Chan, your stormwater management plan, has it been reviewed by the township engineer?
I have not seen an updated review. We did submit this some time back, but it actually is well oversized, as I previously mentioned.
Okay, well, that's for him to decide. Mr. Moynihan has not been submitted. Is there, Madam Secretary, was there escrow paid to it so that we can have the engineer review this?
We did seek escrow in order to get a review done if the board so thought it fit, since it's a residential and we don't normally have our professionals review residentials.
So my concern is the size of the home. I don't know where my colleagues on the board are, just given the size of this home and what the subdivision was approved at. It was reviewed during the subdivision approval back in 2019, but you're going for a larger home than what was proposed. My suggestion would be, and I see if my colleagues agree with me, that it should be reviewed by our township engineer.
I mean, we take no exception to that. That's
Okay. All right. So then you guys, the applicant will then do some homework, and the Madam Secretary will provide you with how much is due to the escrow, and we'll give Mr. Carley some homework.
Sure.
All right. Thank you. Okay. All right. Does the board have any questions for Mr. Chan?
Mr. Chair, I have a question.
Mr. Chhabra?
Mr. Chen, so does the current street have storm sewer?
Yes.
And are there curbs and everything on the street?
Yes, so the previous, at the time of the subdivision, was much discussion as far as the need to essentially do some curbing along the driveways, and then I believe some additional work needed to be done to fill some potholes and things like that along out of bounds across our frontage.
Okay, do you have that site plan you could provide us with?
It's a subdivision plan at the time with generic buildings for each of the three subdivided lots.
So do the adjacent lots have curbs at the moment?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay, so there's storm sewer that you guys would be tying all of roof leaders into?
Yes.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Any other questions? Okay, seeing none. Thank you very much, Mr. Chan.
Chair, did you want to open Mr. Chan up to the public, or
Nope.
do we do that at the end?
Nope, that's at the end.
Okay. Perfect. So with that, I'll call up our project architect, Nehal Javeri. Nehal, if you can take the microphone, and I believe the secretary will swear you in. Or Michelle will
Mr.
swear you in.
Javeri, would you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm to tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
And state your full name for the record, please.
My first name is Nehal, Nehal. Last name is Zaveri, Jhaveri.
Sir, you have appeared before this board prior. If you could please give us a summary of your background and qualifications.
Yes, sir. I have appeared in front of this board earlier. I did my master's in urban design, bachelor's in architecture. I hold license in state of New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and a few other states. I have been practicing architecture since 2009, and my license is in good standing.
Your license current in good standing?
Yes, sir.
Great, thank you so much. You may proceed.
Thank you.
Chair. So Nehal, if you can please walk the board through, similarly to what Mr. Chan did, through your plans and your proposal for the proposed residence, and if you can indicate if there's anything that's going to be presented to the board that was not previously submitted, we will have that marked as well.
Absolutely. Thank you. So this house, two-story French chateau-inspired house, has a full basement, pretty much about 5,800 square feet or so. We have, excluding the garage, it's about 13,400 square feet, roughly about that is the total square footage of both the floors. You have 6 bedrooms, 8 bathrooms, and 3 half bath throughout the house. We have primarily on the first floor, what we have is an swimming pool. That's an enclosed swimming pool, indoor swimming pool. We have fitness area, fitness room on the first floor, and we have their home office area, other than primarily most of the other functions that most of the other regular houses would have, just like dining area, family, great room. They have a prayer room also. That's on the first floor. And we have 3-car garage also in the front of the house. On the second floor, we have 5 bedrooms, and we also have 2 spaces, again, which are not typical of most of the houses. It's atypical here, which is a media room on the second floor, which is primarily the theater, a home theater kind of function, and a small lounge and a bar area up on the second floor. Other than that, all the other bedrooms, the 5 bedrooms, have bathrooms, their own ensuite bathrooms and walk-in closet. There is no finished attic here, so that space is not accounted for. Can I go to the rendering directly or elevations?
Sure, and I'm happy to pass out copies
Yes,
of the exhibit if you like.
that is a new exhibit. We didn't have it before.
So Nehal, if you can just describe for the board what it is, and I'll go and hand them out individual copies.
Sure.
So
Mr.
have
Wine, you
these-
could hand them to the secretary.
Have those been submitted before? Okay, so we're up to A3.
This is A3.
Is it just one page? Okay, A3.
Ms. Shah, did I miss A2?
I thought that was, or was it just A1?
Oh, maybe it was just A1, so A2.
So we'll call it A2.
Yeah, A2.
All right, so Mr. Javeri, you can go ahead and describe for the board what the exhibit is that you're showing.
Sure. This is primarily a front view rendering from the main street. You can see the house sitting farther back, and it has a motor court in front of it.
And you have two wings on either side of it, and the front entry, which is depicted with an arch here, which has a balcony on top, and the front entry, it's a little elaborate, which enters from both sides, and you can go into the house. Right in the middle is the main door. To the left is the garage, 3-car garages that we have. We have a couple of balconies that you can see up here on the left side, on the right side also, trying to set back the house as much as possible so that it's not like right in your face. The main entrance, again, is tucked back quite a bit, almost 60 feet or so, 40 feet or so from the front of the house. So you can see the main entrance tucked back a little bit. You have the bedrooms here, you have bedroom and the office here. Pretty much the facade is going to be stone facade. It's a cultured stone facade. That's what we are envisioning throughout the house, front and back. And just primarily just one material, that's what we're gonna have. Other than that, it's, again, it's a French chateau-inspired house. That's what the client was looking for, and that's what we try to give with a little bit of a modern touch to that.
And Mr. Javeri, can you bring up your plans then to walk the board through the other sides that are not rendered?
Yeah.
If you can walk through the elevations, please.
Sure.
And again, just to confirm for the record, these are part of the submission set that the board should have. Is that correct?
These are.
Okay.
These are. Up here, this is SD for front elevation is up to, this is on the top is the front elevation. The rear elevation is at the bottom. Again, front elevation, I already described to you what is going on there. As far as the back elevation is concerned, it is pretty much the mimic of the front elevation, reverse in the back, where you have the two wings coming out, and then the main great hall, a great room, is recessed further back, creating a courtyard. Just the way we have the motor court in the front, we have a courtyard in the back, giving somewhat of a privacy to the neighbors as well as to this house, so that they can conduct whatever their outdoor activities right in this area. Again, you can see it's primarily everything is stone here, stone veneer. That's what we assume that should be used here and will be used. To the left here, again, you can see it's the indoor swimming pool area. Up here is the media room, which is gonna have a little taller ceiling and all that. That's why it's kept on the second floor up here. Going to SD5. Those are the side elevations. What you have here up top is the right side elevation, and at the bottom is the left side elevation. Again, just to break the elevations also, not rather than having a long wall here, what we have is two sort of princess balcony areas on both sides, which brings some character to the side as well, and it's not bland. And you have plenty of windows all around. Again, it's all stone on this side. And you see a couple of balconies, some relief in the long walls that you have here. Same thing that we have on the other side elevation, which is the left side elevation. You have a couple of balconies that you can see on both sides here. And then you have a little bit of a mass that coming out, which is basically all the bathrooms on the upper floor for a master suite. Again, you can see it's all stone veneer that's applied on this side as well.
Thank you. So, Mr. Javeri, my only final or my last question for you, I just want to confirm with the elevations you have up there as well, the materials that have been selected that are going to wrap around the building, there's no lesser grade materials on some of the other sides. Is that correct? They're all using the same high quality materials that are visible on that rendering. Is that right?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay. Thank you. So Chair, I have nothing further for Mr. Javeri.
Does the board have any questions, Mr. Javeri?
Yeah. Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Dave.
There was a previous resolution on this property where it says that when it was approved for the final subdivision approval, that on page 13, paragraph 7, which basically says that you will comply with the other bulk standards applicable in RAA zone, including FAR, as well as the architecture design regulations for the new single-family individuals, and you will not seek more variances for FAR or anything else. What changed?
So from the legal perspective, just so that the board understands, and I would certainly defer to Ms. Shaw to correct me if I'm wrong, legally, there's no issue with after a subdivision or after any type of application, either the same applicant, the same property owner, or future owner going to the board to then seek relief from something that they had, previously not sought relief from. As to answer your question directly, what changed? The property was sold to my current client, Mr. Pereira, and this is his desire, having purchased the property, to come before the board, seek the relief, and hopefully once we complete our planning testimony, you'll agree that we can support that relief.
So your applicant is aware of this resolution?
Very much so, yes.
Okay. The second question is what the FAR allowed for RAA zone?
0.15 or 15%.
So how many square feet home maximum?
That's maybe a question for Mr. Javeri.
What's allowed is roughly about 7,800 square feet or so.
Okay, and what are you proposing?
14,346 square feet.
So that's a double than FAR permits, correct?
FAR is, yes, 15%, and we are at 28%.
Guys have any intent to bring it down to make a code compliant?
I mean, this is the application. I'm not going to say that we wouldn't consider it based on comments from the board, but this is how we proposed the application initially and what my client was looking to.
If you have the intent, what are you going to bring it down to?
I can't speak. That might be a question for the architect, or I'd have to speak to my client.
All right, we need to know.
So, again, almost 2,000 square feet of space is geared towards the media room and the indoor swimming pool. Those are the two primary things that are a little, it's out of the norm. Number of bedrooms, bathrooms, and all that, of course, that's their need. Certainly, you can. But as far as the square footage is concerned, I'll have to consult with my client. If they are okay to give up certain areas and relocate somewhere else, or have an open swimming pool, for instance, not covered, that is a possibility that we have to look into. Unfortunately, I'm not able to answer it right now, that what can we cut it down to. But yes, if you need to, according to board's suggestions, we'll be open to the ideas.
Mr. Chairman, this house simply for the size of the lot, simply too big. You're asking for double the FAR. Double the FAR. So you guys need to come up with something else.
So
that's my opinion, Mr. Chairman.
No, I can definitely hear you. Again, fortunately, this is really a very nice area. And there are some of the houses that are even bigger, or in terms of FAR, in the area, adjacent houses. And there are some modest houses, and all of them are really nice houses there. So that is something, when our client was looking to purchase this land, that's what they looked at it too, not necessarily just the paperwork before. And that intrigued them to have their dream fulfilled and wishes that this is the area that could support. And of course, all the legalities aside, That was their criteria. So I just wanted to mention this is nothing out of the ordinary, I would say, just for the entire neighborhood. It kind of fits well within the neighborhood also, the way we see it.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Any other questions for the architect? Vice Chairman?
Mr. Chairman, the basement, is there an outside entrance into the finished basement?
No, there is no outside.
What's going to be in the finished basement? You got any bedrooms down there?
We don't have any bedrooms in the basement. What we have right now, what we have shown is something, again, they were looking for is sauna and a bathroom. And everything else is going to be pretty much all the entertainment area, whatever they want to do later on.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
No kitchen either.
Thank you. Any other questions? Okay, all right, thank you.
Thank you.
Chairman, could I ask for a brief recess?
Sure, how long you need?
Let's go, does 10 minutes work?
Not brief, but
5 minutes work?
5 minutes works, thank you. Before we return to session, Mr. Wine.
Sure. So thank you for the break, Chairman. There weren't a lot of comments, but definitely a couple comments. First of all, I know you would like us to work with your engineer to determine from a stormwater perspective that our analysis is actually accurate and sufficient. So that's one. The second thing is I think Mr. Dave obviously, was concerned about the overall floor area ratio of the building. So if it pleases the board, we'd like the opportunity to take a month and be able to look at both of those things, work with your engineer specifically, and also work with our team as to the overall project. And if anything new will be submitted, we would obviously do so 10 days in advance.
Okay. Madam Secretary.
Our December agenda is maxed out full at this point in time, and our January dates we did just receive approval on, but we're not sure what kind of quorum we'll have. So I would advise, if acceptable, February 17th would be our earliest.
So could I understand the issue. Would it be okay to adjourn then to the December meeting for the sake of, hopefully by then you'll know what January meeting you'll have a quorum, if at all, and we could just carry further?
No, so we wouldn't know until council so the current terms expire December 31st. Council reorganizes January 1. They wouldn't get to it until some points, second week of January, best case scenario. So we don't know.
Okay, so we don't even know what the January
Correct.
dates would look like. All right, then let me just confirm that's okay with my team.
Okay.
If you give me 1 second. Sorry, what was the date in February?
17th?
Yes, February 17th.
Okay, February 17th works. That's fine.
Okay, all right. So for anyone here present, for anyone listening at home, this case will continue on February 17th, 2026, with the meeting beginning at 7 p.m. here in council chambers. If you received a notice, you will not receive another notice. This case will continue on February 17th, 2026, 7 p.m. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everybody. Have a good evening.
And happy Thanksgiving. Is there any further? Folks, I'm sorry, there is not a question and answer period. You will have an opportunity when we do open to the public, but as of right now, as I said, sir, there's not a question and answer period. So, sir, I'm sorry, you cannot interrupt the meeting. You're interrupting the meeting because I'm speaking and you're speaking.
Okay,
So-
sir, there is no public comment at this time. There will be no public comment entertained. It is inappropriate. It is illegal to do so under the municipal land use. Okay.
Sir, if you're going to keep interrupting, I'm going to have the officer remove you. All right. Madam Secretary, has any other business come before the board this evening?
No, that'll be all this evening.
Okay, all right, can I get a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Schneider, second by Mr. Patel. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Board stands adjourned. Thank you, everyone, for coming out tonight. Thank you to the board members, our municipal staff, and our board professionals. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you. Thankful to all of you guys. And happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy the holiday. Thank you.